Hello, this is Berzinsky for Beardbrand, and today I'm going to tell you what surgical implements should be in every man's dop kit. So what kind of surgical implements could be in your medicine cabinet? Of course, you could have scissors, and of course we have the trusty Beardbrand scissors. Every man should have a great pair of beard trimming scissors, mustache trimming scissors, eyebrow trimming scissors in their dop kit. But there's something else that you need, and it's not something that you think about every day, and a lot of men might not have it. Before I even start this video, I'm going to say there's different approaches to grooming. Some guys don't do a lot of lining of their beards. Of course, they might trim their beard, trim their mustache, but that's about as far as they go. Other guys are on the far extreme, where they will groom not only their mustache and beard, but they might add product, hair dye to their beards, excessive lining and trimming, eyebrow shaping, and all over the place. So there's the two extremes. So before you all comment below, I'm just saying that I think the beard community and just being a gentleman in general, we are open to every extreme of how much grooming you want to do, from low maintenance, nothing, letting your beard go pretty natural with no product, maybe with just a touch of oil, to full throttle grooming. And there's room in the community for everyone. What I've learned over the years is there's certain areas on your face that need groomed that you typically don't even talk about. And a lot of that has to do with where hair grows, and it's typically unwanted. There's been Beardbrand videos related to nose trimming, and it's something that I think guys want to take a look at. A lot of times we don't notice until someone points it out. We stare at our faces all day in the mirror, or not all day, but in the morning when we get ready, but we don't always see the hairs right in front of our own eyes. But something you got to take care of. Other areas of the face, though, might escape our view, but they're there also, and it's when people point them out sometimes that we take notice to them. So on your face, if you're not lining your beard on the sides here, I typically let mine go pretty natural, but there are hairs that grow fairly high on my cheeks, up to here, and I don't necessarily want to shave my cheeks, every other day, because it actually goes up fairly high. And so what I end up doing is I tweeze them. And so the surgical implement that I was referring to at the beginning of the tape is the suture. This is typically used in surgical operations to clamp something or to pull something back. They actually lock into place. So instead of using tweezers, which I've had a number of tweezers over the years, I've spent money on really good tweezers from cheap tweezers, and they all seem to break out. The minute you push it really tight, they tend to bend, the ends get dull, the ends actually break off. So what this does, a suture actually is surgical steel, and you can buy these online or at a medical supply store, and they run the gamut in price from $10 up to $120. So whatever your budget allows. But instead of using a tweezer, I use these, and I'm able to go in, grab a hair. Actually, I just grabbed a hair, how ironic, and pull it out. And without ever replacing the tweezers. I've had these for 20 years and never had to replace them. They never bend. They're just fantastic. So there's areas on your face that you might want to take some attention to if you're inclined to doing more grooming on your face. Now that's eyebrows. So in the center of your eyebrows, you might choose to take some of those hairs away. As I've gotten older, the center of my eyebrows have gone grayer. I used to have a pretty predominant unibrow when I was young. It's getting brown, it's getting grayer over the years, and it's less noticeable, but I still have hairs that will continue to grow and get fairly long, which I get rid of. I also have hairs on my eyelids, not even associated with my eyebrows, but hairs that grow down fairly low on my eyelids, which I actually tweeze. And then, so those are like optional areas on guys. You can let your eyebrows go, you can let the unibrow grow. I actually never mind my unibrow when I was younger. If you can take a look at pictures of me, I probably, wore my unibrow. But there's certain areas on a guy that you might want to take attention to, and I'll point two of those out. One of them, of course, is your ear. So you get hair growing on the inside of your ear, the outside of your ear, the tops of your ear. Something also that you tend not to see, but believe me, when you're standing next to someone close, whether at a business meeting or at a party, people see the hair growing out of your ears. You can always ask your barber to trim it for you, and that's something you might want to actually start with, having your barber trim your ears, trim the insides of your ears, and they usually gladly do it without hesitation. But what I do is I end up taking the tweezers, and then I actually tweeze the hairs in my ears. Does two things. It lasts much, much longer than shaving ever would, and it's actually something that I can just take care of myself without much trouble. And then the other area that I think all guys should focus on, and it's something that was called to my attention by a guy who wore a mustache, was the hair at the top of the mustache. Now, it's something that, once again, optional, but a lot of guys' mustaches will grow directly into your nose. I'm here picking my nose on television here, or on YouTube. But your nose hairs will grow fairly high. And I think it's a good look, actually, to disconnect those hairs from the nose itself. It does two things. It's a cleaner look, separates the mustache from the nose, and it also gives the mustache a more straight across shape. Depends on how much you do it, though, as opposed to a mustache that actually, obviously, it looks like it's an extension of the hairs growing out of your nose. It also, in the wintertime, or if you ever have a cold and your nose is running, there's a break point, and so you don't get stuff running into your mustache as easily as you would if the hairs weren't there. So those are the areas that I would use my forceps. So, like I said before, this video isn't for everyone. Not everyone is going to do as much grooming as that. I'm typically only doing those areas and some cheek work. But if you're one of those guys inclined to take a little more attention to your face, then highly recommend these. And in all cases, let's beard on.
Now that you're done with this video, head over to our shop and treat yourself to some fine Beardbrand products. If you're not already a subscriber, be sure to hit that button and keep on watching some more of our awesome videos.